In this video, I'm going to show you what your SaaS website needs in the scale-up stage and which parts to fix first so it actually supports marketing, HR, and sales instead of slowing growth down. If you're like most SaaS scale-ups, you're still treating your website like a pretty marketing page instead of an actual infrastructure for marketing, sales, and HR. But I was getting way better results by treating our website like a product for our ICP and not just a redesign for our marketing team. I've used this exact approach as a design lead at a SaaS company to rebuild the website so it actually supported marketing campaigns, hiring, and sales conversions. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to fix first so it supports marketing, hiring, and sales instead of holding your growth back. Now, the reason why I know this is so painful is because I was right in the middle in a scale-up SaaS as a design lead. Okay, as you might have seen in one of my previous videos, you can see here in 2020, my journey started 5 years ago where I became design lead in a SaaS to where I am now. Now I've been making website and UX UI for SaaS company as a freelancer for a little bit over 1 year. When we came to the scale up stage, marketing needed the website to support campaigns and lead generation, and HR needed it to help with hiring. Sales, they wanted pages they could send to prospects to move deals forward. On paper, all of this sounded very simple. All we were saying was, let's just update the website. We can handle everything in-house because we know the product, we know the market, and how hard can it actually be to make something like this. So that was actually mindset we had. As the design lead, I thought we should be able to do this ourselves. We just need a bit of time and focus, and then we can ship a better version. What actually happened was we were way too busy. We would fix one thing for marketing, then try to build a quick setup for HR, or quickly try to build something for the sales team. But what we should have been asking ourselves was, what should this website be as an infrastructure for the company? What we actually asked was, what do we need to fix next so it doesn't break? Yeah, so that quickly became a way too big project to handle in-house, and that's when we decided to bring in a freelancer whose only focus was build this website and the strategy behind it. And to be honest, that changed everything. So instead of just tweaking pages, somebody came from outside and asked all kinds of different questions. So a freelancer will ask the right questions. What stage are you actually in? What do marketing, HR, and sales each need from this side? How can we build this as a system you can keep using and growing? So a freelancer won't be treating this like just a redesign project, or at least a good freelancer won't. They will treat it more like, how can we build this infrastructure, and think of it like a product in itself. So a bit like a product that would have to serve your ICP, your candidates, and your potential buyers. And this experience really shifted how I think about scale-up websites. In the beginning, I was like, everything should be done in-house just to prove that we can do it, to save money, but actually it became way more expensive because now you don't have the time to work on the actual product. You will have to be working in between different things like website, product, instead of having full focus and then actually hire somebody who's capable of doing what you want. So it's a way better experience, both in terms of the project itself, but also in terms of money. Yeah, so we would have to focus on the ICP, the candidates, and buyers as our main focus. And this setup that is more right for the company so it can actually grow, that's exactly what I want to walk you through now. So we will break down what a scale-up website actually needs to do if it's going to work as an infrastructure for your company and not just a marketing page. Okay, so my first core point is to think about the website as an infrastructure, because in the scale-up stage, your website can't just be a nice looking marketing site anymore. It has to function as an infrastructure because marketing is running campaigns and needs landing pages and content. HR is hiring and needs a clear, attractive career section. And then sales is talking to prospects and needs pages that help them close deals. So if your website is still set up like a simple brochure or just a slightly upgraded startup page, you will feel it very quickly. Marketing, they will start hacking things together to make it work as they want, and HR might be hiding job posts wherever there's a space for it on the website. And then sales will keep asking for just one more page because they don't feel like they have the right assets to do it themselves. Then we need to be starting to ask ourselves some questions, because when you look at your website today, does it feel like a system that multiple teams can rely on, or does it feel more like pretty marketing web website. In the scale up stage, your website needs to become a shared foundation for the company. So that would mean a clear, intentional area for marketing, proper place for hiring and careers, and a page where sales can confidently send prospects to. So it should be built more like a system, so to say, and not just a random collection of pages that have grown over time that are not ideal, so to say. But you might be asking, so how do we move towards that? The infrastructure. You have to be really honest with yourself. So who is using the website internally? Who actually depends on it? What are they trying to do with the website? Are there something that's breaking or annoying the people who are using it? Then from there, you can define some core page types and then build out some reusable building blocks. So it could be job post and a career hub for HR. It could be blog post or resources for marketing, or it could be sales pages for different offers, features, or ICPs. And then from there, with these core page types, you would then map out the most important flows. So how do candidates find, stand, and apply for roles? How do visitors go from first touch, interest, lead, demo, or sign up? And how do prospects use the website in the middle of a sales process? Now, once you understand those things, you can structure your website around those flows and then build design and content templates that different teams can actually reuse. So instead of you being the bottleneck, you become the person who designed the system and they don't have to speak to you every time they need something. Now, if we look at the 3 key areas, jobs, content, sales, and we start with jobs. If you can't bring in the right people fast enough, then the growth will slow down no matter how good your product is. And your website needs a career section area that actually shows who you are. It makes it easy to browse roles and makes it simple to apply. So not just a simple jobs link hidden in the footer. You should actually really be having a career universe that candidates can explore so you can find the right talent. After the key area of having this career universe, you would also need to look into content. This is where you can build your authority in the market. That could be blogs, resources, guides, whatever you call it. You just need a place where you can educate your market, sharing your perspective, building trust over time. So it's not just about publishing for the sake of SEO. It's about giving people a reason to believe you actually understand their problem. And then we got the sales pages. These are the pages that should plug directly into campaigns, outreach sequences, and then just overall sales conversations. They need to answer real questions, reduce friction, and make it easier for the customers to say yes. So let me ask you this one thing. If you had to pick one thing your current website is best at right now, is that attracting candidates, generating leads, or helping sales close deals? You might be good at some of them, but you might also be thinking about a lot of things you can actually improve on. But let's say you want to have a website that is great at every aspect of these areas. Then you would have a clear careers hub where candidates can understand the company and find relevant roles. You would have a content or resource hub where marketing can keep publishing without breaking the layout every time, so you will not be the bottleneck. And then you would have sales pages can reuse and adapt for different segments or offers without reinventing the wheel. But even if all these areas are in place, there's still one thing that can completely hold you back with your website, and that's when the site is actually talking to the wrong people. And this happens a lot with SaaS scale-up, is when your ICP has evolved over time and your website is still stuck in a previous stage in the past. So if we look at the third core point, now the third point is exactly about that. It's about your ICP and the mindset shift of not just thinking wait until breaks, trap that a lot of people will end up in. Because in the early stage, you might be experimenting, and you should, because you're trying different segments, messaging, and use cases. But at the time you hit the scale up stage, you usually have a much clearer sense of who you are really making this for, what problems you solve best, and which customers you want more of. So the problem is the website doesn't always reflect that. You might still have a very broad audience on the website in terms of the messaging. You should instead be speaking directly to the ICP that you're actually winning with. So the product market fit for the ICP, and not just a broad experimenting audience anymore. So here's a simple question for you. Does your current website speak directly to your ICP, or does it speak to some sort of older version of your company. You can actually go ahead and look at your site's current pages and see if they speak directly to your current ICP and if they support how you sell today, or if they are here because it made sense a long time ago. So they are maybe not ICP you actually want to sell or speak to. So as you can see with these 3 core points, when you treat your website like an infrastructure, get those key areas up with the jobs and the content and the sales, and they work properly, and you align everything around your ICP, you end up with a very different kind of website than you maybe had before in the startup or the early stage. This is actually a setup that supports growth instead of constantly holding your growth back. But that doesn't mean that you personally have to sit and do everything on your own during the whole entire project, because it is also very time consuming. You also have a lot of other things you're working on. And that's also why I offer these done for you websites with a build and strategy and premium design and everything. And we will go into depth with where you are right now, what your teams actually need in terms of this website infrastructure, and how to structure and design it so it works as an infrastructure and not just as a redesign. And this should support your whole growth and the growth mindset in terms of scaling your SaaS. So you can always book a call with me, and then we can take it from there. It's of course just a free discovery call. If you enjoyed the video and the format, please let me know in the comments, and I will keep making more of these. If there's any feedback I can improve on, please let me know as well. And remember to subscribe and like, and then I'll see you in the next video.